Long time no see. Hey guys, it's Jasmine and welcome back to Jasmine Reads About It. After a long hiatus, I've decided that I need to get back into my regular groove, which is reading and posting about reading. So here I am. And I'm ready to shake the book world up. I attempted to do it before and I kind of did my thing, but this time we're coming full force. I'm on TikTok. I'm trying to get back into the groove of Bookstagram, and now I'm back on BookTube. So honey, I'm coming from all sides, okay? Y'all are going to see and feel me in the book community, and I mean that. So today, what we're going to talk about is our 6-star reads. I know. The scale of reading usually goes to 5, but if this is a 6-star read, it's a goddamn 6-star read. And I'm going to tell you why from my point of view. So first up, for my 6-star reads, I need to start with the queen, because there is no way that the mental capability to create such a detailed world and she's continuing to make detailed pieces of work pertaining to this world till this day, and none of her projects are being anything below a 6-star read. She is the queen of 6-star reads, okay? But it's no other than Suzanne Collins. The reason for me picking Suzanne Collins and having her so high up on my list is because when you sit back and think about it, not just based off her books, her characters, her world building, you really need to sit back and dissect. How can someone create the world of the Hunger Games series by herself? Every single book contains so many details, so many characteristics, so much information that when you really sit back and think about the complexity of world building, she's the freaking queen of it. I mean, I know a lot of people have bashed J.K. Rowling, but that's another one, because what's going on in your head for you to be able to create such a steep and detailed world out of nothing? You created this freaking masterpiece. And I know J.K. Rowling's got her traditional viewpoints, and some of her opinions aren't very considerable, but we still need to call a spade and say that lady, something might be going on up there in a good way pertaining to her world building and the way that she creates books. But all that other stuff, yeah, you can keep that away from me. But back to Suzanne Collins. Suzanne, honey, anything that this lady writes, anything has depth to it. Like, can you even imagine just creating your own world? Stick with me. Your own world, the characters, the description of the characters, the ability of the characters, the world and the circumstances that they're in, that all ties into it. So it's not just simple things that go into creating a book, creating a world. No, she has like the finest details pertaining to her characters, pertaining to the world, pertaining to cause and effects in the world. Excuse me, ma'am. I know something's going on in your brain. I know she got to be on Adderall, Lexapro, something, because there's no way that a regular human mind, her mind, has the ability to create such a masterpiece without living off Lexapro. Like, there's no shade, no tea, because I'm on some happy meds myself. Dissecting things, I just know somebody look at me and be like, huh? So I know me and Suzanne, we're here. Next on my list, this might be very controversial. This video might actually be very controversial. Next on my list is The Chemist by Stephenie Meyers. I know honestly, I don't care. I'm on a Stephenie Meyers bandwagon. I ain't never left, and I will never leave, because the Twilight Saga is one of my favorite sagas to this day. To this day. And it's not going to stop being one of my favorite sagas just because of her religious preference. I know that religion is very weird, very peculiar, but I have no room to judge. I have no room to judge somebody's religious preference. I have no room to judge on what they do with their everyday life. But what I can judge is the quality of the book and the quality of the writing. And I don't care what nobody says. Y'all can't lie and say that Stephenie Meyers cannot write, because homegirl can write. And if you want to take that up with me, we can fight about it. She is one of my favorite authors, actually, and I am not afraid to say that. What I really like about The Chemist is that it took a step outside of her regular writing. She still wrote a strong female character, which is T, and y'all can't say that she don't write strong female characters, because don't even bring up the movie Bella versus the book Bella, because book Bella was a bad bitch. She was a bad bitch, and she was a mouthy bitch, sassy bitch. Sorry for the cursing, but she was a bad bitch. So her female characters are always strong, always have their own mindset, always have some type of sassiness and or charisma to them. And me personally, I love that. I love FMC who is about her shit. Like, I don't need no weak little girl, no weak little woman, no one that can get pushed around. No, because I'm not like that. So I don't want to read about a character that's like that. Or I would like to read about a character who has positive character development, and she goes from somebody meek, quiet to a very charismatic, aggressive, or authoritative female. Like, I like those type of females in my books. The information, the dialogue, the MMC in The Chemist was really good. And I really enjoyed like the storyline. The storyline ate down. It was giving John Wick. It was giving Taken. It was giving female character alongside Jason Statham. If you don't know who that is, I'm gonna post a little picture so y'all know who that is. Like, it was giving action movie in book form. And that's what I loved. So if you haven't taken the time to read The Chemist by Stephenie Meyers, you should have, or you should, because the character development, the storyline, and the FMC and the MMC ate down. Next, this is my third choice for 6-star reads, and that goes for Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This book is a multi-character book with multiple point of views, not only in book form but audiobook form. Audiobook? Oh, it ate down. It was actually one of my very first audiobooks that I listened to. When it got to the multiple character point of views and voices, I was blown out of this world. Like, that depth added to the excitement and the thrill of the book. It's set in the 70s, I believe. 70s, 80s time frame. And child, Daisy Jones, in the beginning, she needed her ass beat, because why was you on Hollywood Boulevard at 13, 14 years old going to Hollywood parties? See, times was crazy back then, because, yeah, my mama wouldn't have let me do it at no 13, 14 years old. But, you know, back in the day was back in the day. Things was going on. And you know that good stuff was being passed around all the time, so nobody really cared. And everybody was smoking cigarettes and stuff, like, you know. I'm sorry, getting sidetracked. So The reason why I really enjoyed this book, the book form and audiobook form, the point of it having multiple characters, multiple point of views, really added to me liking and enjoying the storyline of it. And also how everything still ties back into Daisy Jones and the Six, and how the MMC's daughter is the reporter for the book at the end of it all is very interesting to me. I like how Taylor Jenkins Reid puts like tiny twists into her books, and then she also adds like in-depth detail that if you're not paying close attention enough, you're going to miss. So my next 6-star read is The Good Lie by A.R. Torre. I am a thriller girl through and through. If I'm not reading a dark romance or a spicy book or an urban fiction book, baby, it's thriller. It is thriller. Thriller, suspense. I'm kind of there with mystery. Mystery's cute and all, but thriller is where it's at. And I have discovered A.R. Torre, and I have actually read a majority of her books, and they eat down. Do you hear me? They eat down. In this book, it is about a psychiatrist. It's a psychiatrist or a therapist that she is, and that she profiles serial killers or people with mental illness who think about harming themselves or harming other people. And she's called upon to try to figure out the mystery of this serial killer that's going around killing and kidnapping and dismembering teenage boys in the LA area. Oh my God. You guys, the plot twist in this book, the details in this book, the characters in this book. Wow. Wow. The storyline was impeccable. Wow. I can't even talk so highly about it because she ate off the bone with this one. Like, she marinated the hell out this book. The way that the therapist didn't know who was the killer, the way that parents were getting involved, the plot twist at the end. Like, I don't want to give too much spoilers, but child, if you love a thriller and you love a good plot twist, and I didn't even see the plot twist coming until the end. And I'm usually good about predicting plot twists, but this plot twist, impeccable. I'm telling you. And that's why it's a 6-star read for me, because she ate down with that. And my last 6-star read is near and dear to my heart because it talks about suicide. And I have been personally affected by suicide. And it's a book about grieving, trying to find your way again, trying to get over loss and how to properly function. And this book is by Tion. If you've seen my other videos and you see my other posts, I talk about Tion a lot because Tion is actually one of my favorite authors. A couple of these authors and books that I've talked about, they are literally on my top 10. I'm going to reread. I'm going to always read what this author produced type of situation when it comes to me. Ryan's Bed by Tion is an actual masterpiece. It talks about a young lady who is grieving the loss of her sister who committed suicide, and she can't sleep, she can't eat, she can't even function properly. But then she meets a young man, hence Ryan's Bed, and she starts to feel and live again because of his involvement in her life. And guys, the plot twist at the end stole my breath away, because you always feel like you're alone in your feelings, you're alone in your thoughts, You don't know what's going on. You don't know how to talk to people about what's going on and how you're feeling. But in all actuality, another person to the right or left of you might be going through the same exact things. You're just not talking about it. And that was a very heavy presence in this book. Everybody's grieving. Everybody's trying to maneuver, and they're trying. I just can't put my finger on it. I still think about this book constantly. All of these books, honestly, if I talked about a book on this list today, then that means I'm always thinking about it. In some shape, way, or form, I am always referencing one of these books, talking about one of these books, recommending one of these books, and or rereading one of these books. That's how deep it goes for me. The level of creativity, thought process, the grief, the level of knowledge that goes into this book, guys, absolutely amazing. It made me cry. And I'm not really a big crier. There are a couple of books that have made me shed a tear, but this one is definitely at the top of my list. And as someone who has been through suicide from someone close to me, I haven't reread it since, but I just know rereading it again will tear me up inside. So guys, I hope you enjoyed my 6-star reads and authors because of Suzanne Collins. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you take the time to watch the video. I hope that you go and look up these books, go look up these authors, and I hope that I persuaded you to possibly look into these books because you will not be disappointed. But welcome me back to BookTube down in the comments below, and then tell me what is something that you would like to see more of on BookTube. Bye.